The seventh topic in the Illness Management and Recovery Program is coping with stress. Ellen, it's nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Glad you came today. We have an interesting topic for today, which is about coping with stress. And we found that everybody has stress in their life. But it's a particularly important factor with mental illness because it can increase symptoms when people are under stress, or it can increase the risk of relapse. And we talked about that in previous sessions when we talked about the stress vulnerability model, which is talking about how stress is an important factor in how the illness can be made better or worse.
It's a trigger.
It can be a trigger, that's right.
Yep.
Exactly. And what would be helpful, I think, today is if we could find out what's a trigger for you. What are some of the situations that make you feel under stress? Then talk about even how you know you're under stress. Is it with physical signs and mental experiences, emotional reactions? And then to talk about some specific strategies that you might try to cope more effectively with stress.
Okay.
Sound okay?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Anything to do with religion
Things to do with
is
religion.
a trigger.
Okay.
Is a bad trigger.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is kind of go over this checklist that we have, which talks about strategies, and some of them you're using, which I think is great. And there may be some that you haven't used and would like to try,
Okay.
or there may be some that you are using but you might like to try them more often, or you might like to improve the way you use that strategy. So let's go over this together.
Okay.
And already I can see one that you're nicely doing. So one of the first strategies that we're suggesting people think about is talking to someone. And from what you're saying, you already use this strategy.
Yep.
Would you like to check off the ones that you're, as we talk about it, you can check that off. So talking to someone, you already use it. But you can check both columns in any of these categories. One of the columns says, I already use this, and one of them says, I'd like to try it or develop it further. Sounds like you want to develop that one further, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the way you put it. I pick up the phone and call somebody. It's nice and direct. Okay.
Yep.
Using relaxation techniques. Have you used any relaxation techniques?
No.
Would you be interested in trying them?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, using positive self-talk, that means that you tell yourself things in a positive way, like, I'm going to be okay, or this isn't such a bad situation, I can handle this.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Great.
Because
So
my voices are negative, so I outsmart them, because if they tell me something negative, I turn it into something positive.
maintaining your sense of humor, is that something you feel like you do?
That's something I work on all the time.
Good for you.
Because the one you can lose a lot of things in life, but once you lose your sense of humor, boy, it ain't good.
That's right.
You're hitting bottom.
Okay. Well, when I look back over this, you're you have a lot of variety in the strategies you use, and I think that's excellent, because different situations call for different things.
Definitely.
So, yeah. A couple of these you sounded like you might be interested in developing a little bit more, talking to someone and using relaxation techniques.
Yeah.
Well, what I'd like to do actually is to think about it's a good idea to think of a homework assignment for all of our sessions, as we've done in the past. And I think a good homework assignment might be for you and I to think about, is there any stressful situation coming up where you can anticipate using the exercise?
Yeah, I have a stressful situation coming up.
Oh, okay. And actually, I'd like to think about the homework as being two parts. One is to practice the relaxation exercises every day. And the second part is when you feel tension coming on at other times, particularly when it has to do with motivating people to get things done in the house, that you'll give it a try to use the muscle relaxation.
Okay, I will.
Okay.